Number of questions in the queue for you, Jay, in particular.
I hope they're easy.
I hope so too.
Just cut the hard ones out.
One asks, can you explain a little bit about fuel costs at this level of oil and maybe the impacts it's having on the industry?
So I think there's initially this great benefit from lower fuel. So if you're an airline, you pre-sell your tickets, so you know Matt wants to. Now we have a travel policy at Hedgeye that makes it harder to fly. But you have to book in advance, and then if they price the ticket on a given fuel assumption, and if subsequently the fuel price drops, you, as an airline, benefit from that. And on the way up, it comes back the other side. It's like it's the lagged effect of changes in fuel costs reflected in airfares. And I think that is, initially what you see, particularly as you get into the second half of this year, you're facing tough comps in the airline industry because you had this period of lower oil that tended to boost profits, and you had slower capacity additions, the stronger consumer. And that is a difficult compare for the back half of the year. The other impact of lower fuel on the airline industry, and I think it's the one that's probably the most important, is that it created an accelerated replacement cycle in the airline industry where you had a variety of aircraft that were delivered in, say, the late 90s in a very low fuel environment. Those aircraft are only 15 to 20 years old, but they were designed for a different cost environment than we had in, say, 2011. Now, if we're back in a lower fuel price environment, are we looking at a situation in which those aircraft are more economic to fly? And if you look through the transcripts of every airline, they're all trying to buy used aircraft to add to their fleet, and it gives a comparative benefit to some of the airlines like Allegiant that fly older aircraft. So I think it's a situation in which it actually inadvertently adds quite a bit of capacity to the industry by making these older aircraft much more economic to fly.